Hey everybody, Kerry Rogers, packetbomb.com. I'm going to take you through what I do, what maybe you could do when you have a capture and you're not really sure where to start. Ideally, you have a very specific problem defined, you have a very specific test case you've captured, and you know exactly what you're looking at. But sometimes that's not the case. You get sent some data and a general problem description. Where do you start with that? So that's what I got here. Someone emailed me and said, hey, can you look at this? We have some performance problems. End of email. Okay, yeah, I'll take a shot. So I need to know what I'm dealing with. I mean, how many hosts I'm looking at, what protocol. I mean, I'm going to go have a look at conversations under statistics, look at TCP. We got 18. It appears to be, at least it's one client and one server, and it all appears to be one protocol on port 9080. Looks like there's lots of different conversations with different sizes. Let's sort it by size. Okay, here's one that is, twice as many bytes as the rest of them. So maybe we start there. Okay, I'll do follow stream. Okay, this is clearly HTTP, so that's something we're familiar with. And yeah, and if Wireshark didn't decode this as HTTP, you can make it. Just right click, go decode as, under the transport tab, go down to HTTP and say, decode these ports as HTTP. So right away, we see, looking at this connection, let's see what's going on. We have a SYN, and then we have another SYN, TCP out of order. What? What does that mean? A SYN ACK, another SYN ACK, an ACK, another ACK. Are these, what's going on here? Are these retransmissions? Are they duplicate packets? So let's see. What I like to do is, if I'm looking at two packets that I'm suspecting are duplicates, I'll just go back and forth, up and down, up and down. And you see the frame number changes, and of course the color, which I don't care about, but nothing else changes. And then I will open up the IP header, look at the identification, 1B44, and then look at the next one, same thing, 1B, and then do the same up and down. Does anything change? No. Let's do the same thing for the SYN-ACK. Nothing. Duplicate packet. How about the ACK? It's this one. Same thing. So I don't know if this is the network actually has duplicate packets, or this is something going on with however they captured it. The span or the mirror or whatever it is misconfigured, or who knows? Or maybe they have 2 points of capture, and so I would give this feedback that there are duplicate packets, but I don't know that's a problem. But for me, it just makes analysis really difficult. So I'm going to remove the duplicates. And you can do that with editcap. Editcap -D, it comes with Wireshark. -D, this is test.pcap. And I'll do test dedupe that and save it to that file. So we have removed over 42,000 packets. Okay, so let's open the dedupe one. Much better. Okay, so that looks much better. So now I want to see about any delays. So I'm going to make sure my time column, and you can add a delta column. I don't have one because I think there's a bug in this version of Wireshark and I can't trust it. Time display format, second since previous displayed packet. Fantastic. I'm going to sort. I'm going to go down to the bottom, and here's a 10-second. It's a fin. That means that's the end of the connection, so we don't care. And then the rest of these are gets, right? 2 seconds, 1 second. That could be user think time. I don't know. I don't know the application. I don't know how this works. I don't know anything, so I'm going to give this feedback. But, if there's a pause before a get, I probably don't care. Now here's one from the server that is 1.1 seconds. So let's resort by packet order and go look at it. So we have probably, here's a post, which is, a request and several packets of data. The server acknowledges all the data. How do I know? The ACK is 3856, and the last packet from the client, the next sequence number is 3856. So remember, the ACK is it saying I have received all the data up to and including 3855, and the next sequence number I expect is 3856. So if you have a next sequence number column, you can see what it is, and so we know that we're all caught up. And then the server takes 1.2 seconds to respond. So what I would do is maybe find out what this post is, take a look at the this particular query. Maybe it's talking to a particular database that could use some optimization or something like that, or maybe it requires another external resource that needs to be looked into. Let's clear everything. Let's do the same thing. Let's sort it by time. Go to the bottom. Now we don't care about sends. That's the beginning of connections. We don't care about fins. That's the ends of connections. And then we have a bunch of gets. Again, we'll give that feedback, but it's probably not a problem. There's a couple of more responses, and we can filter on just those, see how many there actually are that are slow. And we've got 4 that are over a second, and then it drops dramatically. So I would find the 4 requests that are related to these. They are 4 different connections. I'm looking at the destination port, which is the client port, and I would go look at the response. I'm sorry, I think you can do it here if you expand this. Yeah, I guess I lied. Oh, well, actually maybe because the packet size is truncated. I'm not sure. Sometimes you can go to the, oh wait, no, you can go to the request here and you can click on it. So I would find those requests, see what they are, give it to the application team, and maybe they can find something. All right, what else have we got? Let's clear that. Let's go back down. Okay, so we got a bunch of gets. Now here we have a series of ACKs that are between 200 and 300 milliseconds. These are all from the client to the server, and there's a bunch of them. Let's look at one. Click on one, sort by packet order. Here it is. What do we have here? We have the response come in, data, data, ACK. That's how TCP works, usually. It will ACK every other packet. So data, data, ACK, data, and that's the end of it. Then our 200 milliseconds later, we have an ACK. So what that is a delayed ACK. The client is waiting for any more data. It's like, you give me a packet. If I get another one, I'll go ahead and ACK it, but otherwise I need to wait a period of time before I ACK. So this also tells me it's probably not Linux. I believe Linux, if there's a push bit set, which usually signifies the end of a data stream, Linux won't do a delayed ACK, it'll immediately ACK. But this one has a push bit set, it did a delayed ACK, so this may be Windows. So that's what we have going on here is a delayed ACK, and we have many of these. It only takes 5, to be a second. Now, I guess these are across a lot of different connections, but there's a lot of them. So I would give the feedback. Potentially the way the application is written, the data on the wire could be manipulated some, or you could disable delayed ACK and ACK every packet from the client's perspective. But I don't know that I would recommend that for a large enterprise with hundreds or thousands of clients, because you're going to have a lot more packets on the network. So I would give that feedback too, that you've got these delayed ACKs. So I would say you've got duplicate packets. Don't know what that means, but you should be aware. You've got there's a lot of pauses before requests. And then you've got 4 slow responses from the server. You can dig those requests out and give it to the person. And then you've got delayed acts. So that's what I see. Just, as a first glance, I'm not going to go super deep because I don't know what I'm looking for. But this is just some feedback, things that jump out to me. And then, if I got some more information from the person, we could dive in a little deeper. Okay, I hope that you find that helpful. That's what I would, that's what I would do. Good luck, happy packet hunting, and I'll see you next time.